I wanted to talk today about how I know all this is real. What the best advice was I was given in my very beginning of my journey and how it got me to where I am today. The best advice I was given on my journey in the very beginning was try everything, explore everything, and see what it's like. I know now, going into exploring everything, why I was told that. My astrological chart really meshes with that, I believe. That's what I want to believe, so that's the way it's going to be for me. But that was the best advice I was ever given, was to try everything and don't settle for one thing, one explanation. Keep looking, keep trying to find everything. So that's where it came for me and how it came up for me. How I know that it's real. Now that's a whole nother story, because this is before I even started doing this. I was probably 21, 22 years old. My sister I was living in California. I was newly divorced, had an awesome job. I was a travel agent. I loved it. And my sister came and visit. Whenever my sister comes and visits and we spend time together, we always end up seeing a tarot reader, a psychic, somebody. It just is something that we do as a sisterly thing. That's just something that we do when we're together. So we went to this palm reader, and she was older. I would say she would have been older. I was 21. She probably was in her late 40s. So that's not older. I'm older than that now. But we went to a palm reader and had our palms read. And I'm going to tell you, when we walked out of there, we were laughing so hard. So hard. Like, this lady knows absolutely nothing. Nothing about us. That was a waste of money. But we had a good time. So we were just having a great time. It was not, so I was 21, 22. So it wasn't until I was 29, 28, I met my second husband, because remember, I was divorced when I had my first reading. So I met my second husband at 28. At that reading that she gave, my reading was that I was going to have 3 kids. 3 kids. 2 of them look like twins, but they're not really twins. And that was the biggest part of it. Well, when I was 21, 22, I had already had 5 miscarriages. They told me that I would have a less than 10% chance of having kids. I could not carry a fetus to full term, to just give up. So that's what I did. I gave up. I did my career. I was the best of the best in the travel industry and everything. So when we had that reading and she told me that, I was like, no, there's no way. I mean, I'm not going to have kids. They already told me I wouldn't have kids. I've got this awesome career going, which was phenomenal, and it just wasn't going to happen. Fast forward 8 years, 7 years, and I didn't even realize it until we had been married like 3 years, and it just dawned on me what that reading was. Fast forward, I met my current husband. I had a 4-year-old. He had a 4-year-old. His birthday was in December. My stepson's birthday is in December. And my daughter's birthday is in February of the following year. So throughout the year, they're the same age until he reaches his. And there's just that little lag time, 2.5 months, where they're not the same year. So it's like they're twins, but not twins. And then him and I had another daughter. So it's his, mine, and ours. So that's how, but you don't know. I would have never, ever, and I never put it together till years later. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is what she said. way back when I was 22 years old, and I laughed. I laughed at her. And I've got many of stories of people that have told me different things that were going to happen. We think that it's instant. It's just instant. It's going to happen. They say it, so it is. And I don't know, maybe it was pre-programming. I didn't know. I don't know. I know when I met my husband that I'm with now, I didn't know he had a son. He knew I had a daughter, or found out very shortly thereafter I had a daughter, but I didn't know he had a son. So what were the chances of all this? And we met under really weird circumstances. Someday I'll share that video. A lot of people know it, but someday I'll share that story too. But so I guess what I'm saying is that's how I know this is real. And that was palm reading. I've since looked into palm reading, not in depth, and I'm not a palm reader. I know palm readers are really hard to find. It's a lost art. So if you know of a palm reader, please congratulate them, support them, tell everybody about them, because palm reading is very, very, very a lost art. All right, I'll be back.